Hey everyone, Matt Heggelund, Product Manager for MPOWR Envision. Excited to be back with another Envision monthly release. As we mentioned in our last product update, the third Wednesday of each month, we're going to aim to bring you new functionality which will help you implement, execute, and track your progress towards your organizational strategies and objectives. This month's release brings you a major KPI enhancement to Envision in the form of advanced calculation KPIs. Those are KPIs that are going to allow you to use other KPIs as data sources and combine them to perform advanced operations such as sum, average, difference, and others in order to track more complex metrics. Please note that some of this functionality is dependent on your Envision platform subscription. So please contact our support team if you have any questions on the functionality not being available to you. So let's dig in here a little bit more. Sometimes KPIs are complex in nature and they use formulas with data from multiple sources. Advanced calculation KPIs are going to provide an easy and intuitive way of producing these advanced calculations. So let's go ahead and dive into my demo plan, and we're going to navigate to the KPI dashboard. So I'm going to click into Scoops. And from the strategy overview, I'm going to go up here and go to my KPI area. Okay, so from here, I'm going to add a new KPI so I can see what we're talking about. I'm going to name this for now 2020 sales overall total. I'm going to enter my description. This is where I would enter my target state. And then I'm just going to put some tags on here for growth and sales. Okay, on the second page of this wizard is where you're going to see this new functionality. So across the top here, I see my KPI types, which we introduced over the last couple of releases here. And it's important to note that the advanced calculation functionality is available across these KPI types, but as I choose a specific type and toggle the advanced calculation on, that simply means that when I go ahead and add my data sources, I'm only going to be able to add data sources that have that same type of KPI. So for linear example here, if I toggle advanced calculation on, you're going to see this page kind of dynamically updates and gives me some different options when I toggle it off as opposed to toggle it on there. So I've chosen linear, I've toggled advanced calculation on. So in the data sources section here, I'm going to choose what I want to do with the KPIs that I'm going to use as my data sources. So we have sum, difference, you can do an average, you can do quotient for some ratios. You can do quotient 2, which is going to just simply convert the ratio to a percentage. And then we do have the product operation as well. So a lot of flexibility in regards to what you can do from these operations standpoint. For this demo purpose, I'm just going to show you an example of what I'm going to do for sum. So I've chosen sum, and I'm going to add a data source here. So I get this new pop-up menu here that's going to allow me to select my data sources. So in here, the key performance indicator pull down is going to show me any linear KPIs that I can choose as data sources since I chose linear as my type. So in my example here, Scoops is an ice cream company. We're tracking our ice cream sales across 4 different regions, which I've already got KPIs set up tracking those, but I want to take a higher look at that and see how they're doing combined. So again, I'm going to choose like West region, and then I'm going to change this label to West, let's say. I'm going to add another data source, and I'm going to choose South. And let's choose the East. And finally, let's go ahead and choose the North. Okay, so in this data sources window here, I can see the 4 KPIs that I've selected. I can see the operation in between them, what it's going to do. You'll also notice the fields that I traditionally fill out have been filled out for me as far as the configuration goes. So the configuration of the advanced calculation KPI is going to be pulled based on the data sources that I'm selecting. So it knows that I'm tracking currency. It knows that I'm doing a monthly update. When I want to do the update, it figures out what the start and the target periods are based on the start and target periods of my data sources. It also does a calculation for me automatically of the starting value and overall target value. You'll see that I can't change those because it's already doing the math for me and making it easier during the setup process. As I scroll down here, you're going to see the same thing that at my health threshold, it's already got the targets figured out of where I should be hitting as a combined total for each month. So when I look at all 4 of the monthly targets across each region, it's automatically pulling those in. I can change my slider here if I want to. Maybe I want, at the higher level, I want a little bit smaller margin of error. So I'm going to change those sliders accordingly. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this, and then let's go ahead and take a look at it with some real data now that it's set up here. Okay, so I'm going to find that 2020 sales overall total KPI that I got set up, click into it, and let's take a look. So across the top here, not much to notice that's new. You will see an advanced calculation highlight here that's going to tell me or let me know that is yes or no for the advanced calculation. As I scroll down, a new section you're going to see is the data sources. So it's going to allow me to quickly see what my data sources are. And what's really cool is I can just click this button. So if I want to take a deeper look at the West region from here, I can just click it and it's going to open it in a new tab. So from here, I can look at the West region if I need to and close it, but I don't lose my place on this page or having to navigate back and forth. I'm going to scroll down, and something important to note is you're going to see a new data sources chart. So I have my chart options here, but then this third data sources option, this is going to allow me to easily see all of the data sources on a whatever frequency they're set up on. So in this example, they're set up on a monthly frequency, so I can see how they're doing each month. So I can see that the north here is the purple one based on the key, and the north killed it in the March month. You know, over here, the green, the east struggled in April. So it allows me to quickly access and analyze the data from each individual KPI while also tracking towards that high overall goal. A couple more things to point out here as I scroll down. So the data point section is going to be very intuitive and flexible in regards to what it does. So when I add a data point, you'll see here that the north and the east already have actual amounts entered. The south and the west don't. So I could navigate over to the south or the west and maybe add a progress note to have somebody make sure they do that update. If not, maybe I'm responsible for it and I can just enter the update here simply by entering the number. Again, you'll notice the target is automatically calculated for me and then pulled in from these KPIs. As I scroll down here again, you're going to see a summary tab. So the summary tab is going to show me that overall progress and overall targets that I'm working towards. So this is kind of the sum view, if you will, not to mince words with summary, but this, since I've chosen a sum operation, the summary is going to show me the sum of all 4 of those KPIs I have selected as data sources. Same functionality as exists where on the green I can see where I'm falling. What's really cool here too is each data source has its own tab. So I can click into the west, I can see how the west is doing. I can click into the north, I can see the north is doing. From here I can easily, maybe I notice something's wrong here, I can go ahead and maybe correct that 1,000 to 500. So I can do the editing and monitoring from this one KPI without having to leave. So it's very flexible and intuitive in that regards. And that is it for this example of the advanced calculation KPI. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're excited about what this functionality brings. There's obviously a lot more use cases that we could go through here, but for time purposes, that's all I'm going to show. If you're interested in learning more, want to talk through how you would use this functionality, please do reach out to us. Just click on this help menu in the bottom right corner. And if you request support, you can go ahead and open a support ticket, and somebody from our support team will reach out and further discuss this functionality with you. I look forward to what the next month brings. It's got some really exciting stuff in regards to how KPIs can be more directly tied to your plan and live at the action item level inside of the plan and allow you to further execute and track your progress towards your strategies and objectives. Thanks and have a great month.